Now, here's the thing. The reason why Desmond won't fail, because it was some people trying to reach and grab for straws and grasping for straws, talking about, oh, Tony, you acting like that she calls him to cheat. And just because they didn't listen and understand and hear and see that the explanation, but I re-explained it in the looks compatibility video of how there's an effect, there's a cause and effect, there's root, there's fruit. But the main reason why you'll notice that men after they cheat don't fail on average is because a lot of women, there's not enough women that care about another woman's plight or another woman's life. And so for the most part, I'm seeing a lot of women. You got those some people that's championing Christy Scott, but for the most part, I'm seeing women blaming Christy. So when y'all talking about me explaining the situation and how certain people handle their stress or their rejection or their insecurity by stepping outside of their relationship, I'm seeing a lot of women saying that they feel that although she don't deserve to get cheated on, that she played a part in it, that she played a role in it for emasculating him, snatching the plates on the thing, which we got to remember, y'all, this stuff is filmed and it's agreed upon. He sees she's snatching the plate. He is agreeing to it. Maybe, I'm guessing. But at the same time, maybe he didn't, I'm sure he didn't like it the way it looks. It would have been much better to if like he hand her the plate and she's like, like made like this pleasant face and made him look like the greatest man in the world. But she wanted to go the route, or they wanted to go the route. Who I did was to have her snatch the plate, which gives like this ungrateful thing. And it's power in that because all y'all noticed it. All y'all putting it in the comments. So I'm like, that's crazy. I noticed it, but I just chalked it up as just childish. It's just her trying to be funny and she's not funny. Or them trying to be funny, because I don't know if it could have been his idea. Who knows? So I ain't gonna say that. Them trying to be funny and they're not funny. And I've never seen one of their skits that I thought was funny. I'm just be honest with you. Like, it's not my type of humor. Some of y'all, I guess if you had a rough day at work, maybe it was funny. But I'll just be honest with you. I just don't find it funny. My wife finds stuff funny that online, the couples pranks and stuff that I don't find funny. It just, everybody have a different sense of humor. And the stuff I find funny, my wife don't find funny. Everybody have a different sense of humor, but it's based on what we come from, what we grew up with. And there's not enough, in our world today, there's not enough disdain for cheating. We live in a world where cheating is excused away. What I do is explain it. I don't excuse it. So I don't feel like there's ever a right to cheat or a reason to cheat. But I understand people will take that reason. So I could say, hey, my wife ain't doing this, my wife ain't doing that, let me go cheat. No matter what I'm going through in my marriage, I'm not stepping outside of my marriage to go cheat. If I wanted to cheat, instead of cheating, I would just leave the relationship. I would just file for divorce. And that's what I tell my wife too. I say, listen, if we get to where we can't work it out, we can't figure it out, I ain't doing the right thing, just tell me. Like, if you want a divorce, just tell me. Like, if we ever got to that place, which we're not going to get to that place. And unless it's something that God allows that outside of, my power. But and a lot of times people be saying like, oh, Tony, stay humble. I am humble. Humility comes with confidence. I'm confident in the God that I serve, and I'm confident in what he put together, and I'm confident in the power of God. I had a dummy in the comments talking about don't doubt the devil. I doubt the devil. I don't doubt God. I don't worship the devil. I don't praise the devil. I don't respect the devil. I don't fear the devil. I worship, praise, and respect God. The devil is nothing to me. The devil means nothing to me. The devil has no power other than what God gives him. And God not going to allow him to destroy you unless you choose to allow him to destroy you. So that's why he let Job be tested, because he knew Job would not allow the devil to destroy him. Meaning Job would not allow the devil to make him curse God. So God honored Job and gave him double on the other side. And that's what you have to realize and understand. So when I say I'm never going to cheat on my wife, that's because I'm in the equation. There's not, cheating is not by chance. Cheating is by choice. I had to block somebody talking about when I was saying that God put it on my heart to stop answering DMs. And they talking about I'm waiting on the right one to DM me that I could shoot my shot at. And it's like, that's foolishness. I answer DMs because I'm human and because I'm humble. And if people could talk to Jesus Christ, could walk up to Jesus Christ, could touch him, touch the hem of his garment, have hands laid on them by Jesus, be healed by Jesus, who am I? Who am I? So when I say I felt it in my spirit, it's really about being able to discern who just coming to write me, to DM me, and who is coming to help me. So a lot of every woman who DM me, she's sending me a video asking me for a response. There's no women in my DMs, and I would show you but I just don't want to show people business. There's not one woman in my DM that writes me and say, "Hey Tony, how are you doing?" No woman in my DMs is coming to strike up a random conversation. Anytime I get a DM, it is a question asking, how can I sign up for coaching? Is there any more tickets left for this event? Where can I find this course? Or, hey, can you do a video on this? And I put that on everything. And I know that don't mean nothing to y'all because people lie and they say that, but I'm not a liar. If I was a liar, you already know I'm a liar by now. I got over 3,000 videos. You can watch my videos and you will see that my story has never changed. And some people who are smart, they have written that in the comments. Tony, I've been following you for 10 years and your stories never change. Your stories stay the same every time you tell it. And that's because you don't have to remember the truth. You got to remember a lie. So we live in a new society today to where if somebody cheat, like this guy, he went out and cheated. And I seen his statement. I didn't buy into the statement. Like it sounds kind of like deflection to say I wanted to separate, and I talked to Christy about that. And then it was in that time that happened. And I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. The reason why, because I'm a man. And what happens is he could have had said that because every relationship goes through that. Every relationship goes through a point where you say, I don't know if this is going to work. I think we should go our separate ways. Every relationship, you're going to go through that. So I believe he had already cheated and it was coming high time that he was about to get caught. It was about to get exposed. And that other woman or man tired of waiting, and he wanted to advance the relationship that he dealing with. Like they want to go on a trip, a little secret trip to another country. They want to be able to spend the night together. They want to be able to do some stuff together privately, where in places where he think he's not known. And you can't go away for nights at a time, 3 nights, 4 nights at a time when you're cheating, unless you talk to your partner about separation. So he probably went to say he want to separate so he could get some time away, She said, no, we need to work through this, or no, you can't stay out all night, or no, you not finna leave me here by myself with these kids. And then that's when he went on ahead to continue to cheat. It ain't that he asked for a separation and then he just walked out and met somebody that day, and just because you're not finna cheat that fast. Not no sex and all of that. And I don't believe she divorcing him over him talking to a woman in the DM or whoever in the DM. I don't believe it's about no DM. I don't believe it's about no emotional cheating. Nobody in their right mind get a divorce over emotional cheating. Unless she already was done with him and she ain't want him to begin with. And that's what some of y'all saying. And here's the thing, I don't believe that either. Because with my experience of doing this every day, all day, I don't believe that she was done with him or she was over him, because she knows, she could look out here and tell it's not easy to find a man. It's not easy to get a man. If he will cheat, that then makes it look like every man will cheat, including me. His butt to mess me up. Because he's softer than me. He's sweeter than me. So if he will cheat, people now looking at me like I will cheat. And I think that's how that came up. Is people probably was talking about, oh, you can't trust nobody. Somebody probably said, well, Tony Gaskin's still out here. And then somebody probably said, oh, no, he ain't faithful. I could tell he ain't faithful to his wife either. And there wasn't nothing but one person who wrote me about it that night. But that was the second time I done got it. But I just went ahead and nipped it in the bud right then, just to let whoever knows saying that they sound stupid. And so they could feel and hear me in my chest that they sound stupid. That if you think I'm out here doing all these videos, doing all this talking, and will have the unmitigated gall to cheat on my wife, y'all got to coach in 12 minutes. I'm watching the clock. To cheat on my wife, you have to be stupid. You have to be stupid. Like that. It's like you need to go check into an insane asylum. Like, there's no possible way. And the thing about it, people say, well, there was Derrick Jackson. Derrick Jackson don't do the work that I do. Derrick Jackson was making 2-minute, 3-minute clips. That man longest video probably could have been 20 minutes. I never even went to his channel. He was out here, but he went viral, and he got a lot of followers because he would comment on every single post from the Shade Room. And he would just be the wittiest comment and get 4,000, 5,000 likes. That's how he built his following. He ain't built his following off of quality content. He built his following off of manipulating the algorithm. But he did not come and show up and give an hour worth of game every single day, teaching it inside and out. He just did little scintillating, sensationalist clips of reaction to certain little stuff that happened online. He just was playing the algorithm for exposure and for attention, for money. It wasn't that he's not passionate about teaching on love and relationships. He just saw, this is a lane that I could make money. This is a way that I could get my name out there, show my muscles, show my face, get me some attention. He came in for attention, not for intention, not for purpose. He came in for attention, not to do the work of God. He didn't even talk about God and believe in God when he started his brand. The whole way, he didn't start to talk about God till he started getting in trouble. So he was never sent by God. So we are two completely different people. And so I seen women comment talking about, well, we can't believe you because we couldn't believe Derrick Jackson. What the world? Like, me and him is nowhere near the same. We nowhere near the same. We nowhere near the same. Oh, he cleaned the palm trees, he said. And so that's what you got to realize. It's like, it just because, see, the thing about it is people confuse the root and the fruit. People confuse the fruit with the root. The fruit, you see two black men talking about relationships. But the root, one is doing it as a married man with 2 children and decades of work, over a decade of consistent work with no scandal, and is a devout Christian, talking and preaching the word of God as well, and the other is doing shirtless pictures and showing off muscles and clenching bags of groceries between his booty cheeks, walking into the house with groceries and thirst trapping. It's like you got to pay attention to the root, and when you understand that the fruit may look similar, like a grapefruit look like an orange, but the root different. You got to understand that it's some fruit that's poisonous and that'll kill you, and it looks similar to fruit that is healthy for you and good for you. That's what you got to understand. So now the reason why, just like Derrick Jackson has not failed, like he still have millions of followers online after being a false relationship coach, a false teacher, and cheating on his wife, he still got millions of followers. So he still could do videos and earn money if he want to. And I ain't knocking him. He just made he made his choice. He made a stupid choice. That don't mean that I hate him or got something against him. He just made a stupid choice. And then you have Desmond Scott. Here's the thing. Desmond might know of Torrey Roberts, Keon Henderson, Devon Franklin. He definitely know Chris Brown. Like, listen, if Chris Brown can tour and make $40 million after what he did to Rihanna, when we saw what he did to Rihanna, we said, well, what did she do to him? Did she hit him first? Did she try to beat him up first? And it's not a once and for all or once always type of thing. Yes, we should give grace. We should. And this is what people in the comments don't be listening to. They don't listen to the whole message. They be typing and writing stuff before they even get to the whole message. We should give grace. But see, grace and forgiveness come from God. So Chris Brown, he's not ministering or representing Jesus Christ, or and not even Jesus, but even God. Some people be saying God, but they don't say Jesus. But nothing about what he does is about morals and values. Like the grinding on the stage, the stuff he did to Travis Kelce ex-girlfriend, I think Kayla Nicole, like just all of the, it's really promoting fornication, because he's not married. So if he's singing about sex and all of that, he's promoting fornication. So women technically should not have redeemed him, but it's women's lust and the fact that they don't care about Rihanna. They just care about how good of an artist he is. And so, and that's what and more power to you. But what I'm telling y'all is what this does, and we can't change it, because you could say, oh, if somebody beat on a woman and they didn't repent, and I don't see them do a 180 in their life, I'm not going to support them. You could say that all you want to, but they still going to be able to find 1 million people that'll support them. So it really don't matter. It really don't, you just be, taking his music or his cooking or whatever, man, it is, his preaching out of your life, but it ain't going to stop his show. It ain't going to stop his show. It ain't going to stop his grind. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all is the difference is I could take that same grace. I could take advantage of that same grace that y'all have given Torrey Roberts for divorcing his wife of 12 years who birthed 3 kids for him. The same grace that y'all gave Keon Henderson for divorcing his wife and marrying Shawnee O'Neal, a millionaire basically, or used to be millionaire. The same grace that y'all gave Devon Franklin for divorcing his wife and remarrying the celebrity trainer I could take advantage of that same grace and look out and see, okay, what woman out here is beautiful, articulate, successful, and then let me find something that I don't like about my wife and metastasize it, magnify it, and use that as a reason to divorce her. And then let me divorce her, give this sob story about whatever, and then there will be millions of women who would take and empathize and sympathize and say, we don't know them people. We don't know their business. That woman could have did anything to him. That woman could have been disrespecting him. That woman could have been doing this or that. But see, me being a man, I know that majority of the time, the man is not the victim. Majority of the time, the man is not the victim. Now with Christy and Desmond, it's still a million things that could have happened. And so it is true that we don't know them. And everything that we know of them is what they filmed, edited, and mutually approved to be posted. So they crafted a lady. I sent it to my wife. I screenshot it and I say, people are slow. And I hate to say that in a derogatory way, but people talking about he looked a certain way in a video and he looked at like cool, calm, and collected or something like, oh, that in the videos he never showed like aggressiveness or frustration or anger or whatever. And it's like, it's a video that's going to the World Wide Web. Why would he show aggressiveness? Even if he was, I'm not saying he was. Like, to me, he don't strike me as that type of guy. But I'm like, how are y'all believing the facial expressions and the things you see in a video that they watched and chose to post? We curate as creators what we want to show you. Like the TikTok my wife posted, she got a very small following on TikTok. She just told me yesterday she crossed 3,000 people. She posted a video that was a prank about construction tools, and it was about what you've put in your butt before. And so, yes, the gay men probably got them a kick out of that if they seen it. But I answered her question about what would I use on a construction site. She posted that. I saw it. She showed it to me. It wasn't a shock to me. It wasn't a surprise to me. Like I said, okay, because I'm comfortable in my sexuality. And I know that you're stupid if you think I've literally put a nail in my booty. And so I'm like, anybody who believe this is like, they is off their rocker. Like they have no sense in the world. So I can't feel a way about that. Like I can't be upset about them believing it, because that just means they really is just no common sense. And you can't get mad at somebody who, mind is like that. But hey, y'all, I got the coach. God bless you. Let me make sure. Yep. Got the coach. Yep. Hey, all the important links in the description. Solopreneur Mastermind. Come build your business, build your brand with me. You'll see it on Tony Gaston Academy. God bless you. Keep your head up and everything else in there as well. Hey, Tony Gaskins here. How are you? Awesome.